In this video, I'm going to paint the engine block and the exhaust system on my 2007 Honda CRF230. From the factory, these older CRF230s come with an unpainted cylinder head, and over time they begin to discolor a bit, as you can see here. The exhaust system comes painted flat black, but over time it rusts out a little bit, and as you can see, I got some scratches here on the tailpipe. I'm going to be using two different kinds of paint on this project. For the cylinder head and the exhaust system, I'm going to be using this aluminum colored VHT high temp paint. Then for the crankcase covers and the lower part of the engine, I'm going to be using this Duplicolor engine block paint. Now this engine block paint withstands temperatures up to 500 degrees, whereas the VHT is good for higher temps, and that's part of the reason why I'm using the two different brands. The other reason is that the VHT finish is a bit flat, and for these crankcase covers down here, I want something with a little bit more sheen to it, a bit more gloss, so that's where the Duplicolor comes in. I'll remove the exhaust system from the bike and paint it while it's off the bike. However, I'm not going to remove the engine. I'm going to paint that while it's still sitting here in the frame. But I'm going to move as much stuff out of the way as possible. So, for starters, the exhaust system will be out of the way already. I'm going to unbolt this clutch cable holder. I'm going to remove the gas tank, and then on the other side, I'm going to remove this gear cover. I'll remove the shift lever here, and as I'm painting, I may remove some of these brackets one at a time and replace them as I proceed through the project. Now I'm going to use the VHT paint on the cylinder head and paint it all the way down to the edge of the crankcase cover. I'll have that taped off with some masking tape so it looks real good when it's finished. Then after the VHT paint dries on the cylinder head, then I'll come back and I'll paint the crankcase covers with the glossier Duplicolor paint. Here it is all stripped down, and this is going to make it a lot easier to clean everything and paint. Got good free access to the top of the cylinder head. Obviously the best way to do this project would be to remove the entire engine block from the frame, but that's a lot more work, and I think I could get a pretty decent job done with the block still in the frame. I removed the gas tank, the seat, the side panels, the exhaust system, the chain cover, and the shift lever. Before I start washing everything down, I need to replace these bolts here. I don't want any water seeping into the crankcase, so I'll tighten those down, and then I'm going to get busy washing this bike down. Plug up the exhaust hole with some sort of spongy golf ball or ping pong ball or something that will fit in there nice and tight. Leave the spark plug in, and again, remember to replace these two bolts if you've removed the clutch cable holder. I don't want any water seeping into that crankcase. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wash this all down. Next time you see the bike, it should be nice and shiny and ready for paint. In addition to soap and water, I'm going to use some gunk engine degreaser and then follow up with some contact cleaner. I want a good grease-free, oil-free surface so that the paint sticks. here it is with everything painted and put back together. I think it came out great. Check it out.